Game resumed.
Hello everyone, this will be another game of Starbow and I will be your caster today. My name is Cepheus and with me today I have a special guest. His name is Kalevi. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing just fine.
Good, good. He is from Luxembourg, so his English as well as mine won't be perfect, but we'll try and do the best that we can. He's also known, if you have played some Starbow and you've played on Starbow ladder, Kalevi is also known as Alpha Squad in the game, so that's the link for you. In the top right corner, we are gonna have our Protoss player Nap.
And on the top left corner of the map, we have the green Zerg player, the red bandit.
Yes, he is just a barcode right now, but this is the Red Bandit playing. Sorry about that awkward introduction, Nap there, just kind of jumped right into it. But it's going to be an interesting and kind of a skewed match here. Nap is on the Starbow ladder, and so is the Red Bandit, and Nap is rank C, and the Red Bandit is rank A, and A of course being the best rank that we have at the moment. So Nap is the underdog definitely in this match, but Nap is also a force to be reckoned with. I've seen his MMR points, which is like the points you need to rank up, and he's really close to B, let's just put it that way.
He's actually a really great player, Nap. But I'm more of a fan of the red bandit because I just can't beat this guy. He's just so incredibly good. It's really hard to beat him.
He is. I've met him a couple of times too, and I'm not... Like, you are actually A rank as well with one of your accounts, aren't you?
Yes, with my second account. That my first account is nearly A rank. I'm working on it.
Good, good. So the fact that you have a hard time beating this guy just says something about how good it is. As you, like, I can say I have a hard time beating him, but I'm a D rank, so it doesn't really matter what I say. But what's very interesting though is that he's actually gonna go for a in-base hatchery, and he's also gonna sneak a drone around the probe to get a natural. And in the meantime, though, it seems like Nap is gonna try, and yes, he's gonna. Ooh, no, yes, he's gonna take the gas.
Interesting, and I feel like this is a really good decision to make, to steal the gas, because it just puts the Zerg so far behind tech-wise, and it isn't a lot of an investment. I think it's worth it.
Let me ask you a very difficult question. Why is the Red Bandit making 2 hatcheries in his main base before his expansion?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
That's a good answer for a difficult question, usually. Yeah,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you talk.
Okay, I will. No, it's... I don't know, I guess... The only thing I can think of is that he really wants a lot of extra larva early on. And the only reason to get that much extra larva early on might be to go for like a big Zergling attack or something, but we don't really see that. We see him just drone up, just getting a couple of Zerglings, and... So, because he kind of delays how many queens he's getting. Not how many, but how fast his queens are coming out too. So, but you know, it's the Red Bandit. He's a lot smarter than me. So, we'll see. In the meantime, Nap is going for a very normal game. Force fast expand. Nothing. No early pressure. No really shenanigans going on at all. The map they're on is Circuit Breaker. Which is a very interesting map. I end up casting a lot of games on this map, and it's not because this map is played so much, but it's mostly because the games on this map tend to be very interesting.
It's definitely a very interesting map as well, because you have, I believe this is one of the few maps who have a mineral only expansion, which is very interesting.
It is, and it's also actually the only map I think we currently have in Starbow that has very different, what's it called, natural to natural distances. If you spawn north-south, you actually have a very close rush distance. It's the closest, almost the closest one we have in any Starbow map. While if you spawn east-west, you have like the more high ground area in between them, so they have to travel further around. And of course the diagonal being the longest one, but that's of course normal.
So far, this Red Bandit has only produced drones off of his hatcheries, Nep has been doing a really great job at keeping his probe alive. He has scouted pretty much everything. He has scouted the Hydralisk stand. He has scouted that the Red Bandit isn't going for lair attack yet. And he himself, Nep himself, is getting Corsairs. So this is turning out to be a really standard game. One thing I don't like about Nep is that he only has one cannon. It's natural because there's still a threat of an incoming Hydra blast that could be coming.
Definitely, we have a lot of hatcheries still on hatchery tech, and the Hydralisk then is up, so that threat is imminent. Just because I love talking about maps, another very interesting thing about this map in particular is that in Brood War, it's statistically the most balanced map ever made. Did you know that?
Really?
Yes.
No.
Almost 50-50 for every matchup in this map in particular.
Huh.
In pro leagues and like MLGs, and like the big thing, not MLGs, oh, what are they called in Brood War? They don't have them anymore. MSLs and OSLs and things like that.
Yes.
Man, my StarCraft 2 corruption of Brood War. So the Red Bandit though is gonna get all his bases up without being contended whatsoever. Corsairs can do some harassment, but they can't really kill any bases. And Nap, it seems, is gonna go for a robotics facility and a robotics base. So he's gonna get some Reavers out. What do you think about that?
I like it because Reavers, they actually have been underused. It's actually funny because in the beginning of Starbow, every Protoss player built Reavers because they had this nostalgia factor to them of being such an exciting unit to watch and to play. But people eventually figured out that the Sentinel was a better opening, and the Reaver got buffed a few patches back, and now Protoss players are discovering robotics facility openings again, and I really like this.
Yes, they did get one more range. And that actually has helped out quite a bit to make the Reavers a lot more used and efficient. The Reavers themselves do deal less damage than they did in Brood War. Also, I think the Reaver attack speed also got buffed a little bit, but I might be wrong about that. Just thinking back to a couple of patches away. Even though both me and Alpha Squad here is actually both working on Starbow quite a bit when it comes to design and balance. But even though we work on that, it doesn't mean we memorize every single value perfectly.
No, I just play mainly, and I think, wow, this doesn't work how it should. And then I make a rage post on our Skype conversation.
and then we'll, okay, we're gonna patch it. No, it's not exactly how it works, but it's close to it. So you know, Starbow research and development, very refined art right there. But I actually do want to make a post at some point. I've been thinking lately, like, I want to make a post about a perfect RTS game. Like, what is the principles of a perfect real-time strategy game? To have something to measure up against. I don't think Starbow will ever become a perfect real-time strategy game, and it's okay if it doesn't, but it's good to have something to measure up versus to have some principles to follow, so you make sure that every change you make in a game goes towards that goal and doesn't hinder it in any way, because a lot of times you just want to make changes because something feels overpowered, and not changes to make the game more fun and interesting.
So far the Reaver hasn't done too much because there are already spines, and Red Bandit, being the good player as he is, he was able to evacuate his drones in time, so there weren't too many significant losses.
I'm very glad to have you here, Kalevi, because you make sure I actually cast the game and not talk too much about other things. And we have a group of Scourges moving out, and they really want to catch these Corsairs while they are not paying too much attention. If the Corsairs are microing, they can't pick off, especially when you have 6 Corsairs, you can pick off a lot of Scourges. But if Nap isn't paying attention, here we go, the Scourge is incoming, and Nap is not paying attention, and he's losing 2 Corsairs right away. He's gonna, now he's gonna pay attention, and so nice micro versus those last Corsairs there. I mean the Scourges. The reason why I didn't lose more Corsairs is that Scourges in Starbow, like in Brood War, they overkill quite a bit, so you need to split them up for maximal effectiveness.
It's one thing I want to show is that the Neuroparasite upgrade has a different icon on the production tab than
And
on the Viper.
And so has gravinic thrusters, as I'm seeing right now as well. The scout speed upgrade has the same issue. We'll have to note that and send it to our great wizard December's.com, who fixes everything that's wrong in the editor. He can do anything in that editor. It's incredible.
I'm really glad to have him. That he works so much for Starbow.
Yes.
Not for Starbow, but with I don't know how to call it.
He's our slave, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
In the meantime, the Red Bandit's gonna get another base up, and we have a group of zealots there, and he could at least try and move them out to at least scout it, and maybe even harass it a little bit, because the Red Bandit doesn't have that much, but he's gonna get some lurkers down there, and it's gonna be a perfectly safe base, because the Nap, I don't think I've called him Nap in a long time. I think I'm just calling everyone the Red Bandit, but Nap doesn't have that many observers, so he can't really do too much about it. No observers, but he has the ability to make them.
I really like that the Red Bandit is building Vipers. They have gotten significant buffs in the last patch. First of all, Abduct is being replaced by Parasitic Domination, which has been upgraded. It's a 150 energy spell, and I don't know if it works on air units actually. I don't know.
It does not. It does not.
Doesn't.
No. It did at the very beginning, but we never meant for that to work at air units. That was something we forgot to implement. And we can see how it works right now. So after 15 seconds, that zealot will become Zerg's zealot, and what Nap should be doing now is have these zealots kill each other before it happens. But he didn't, and now Zerg all of a sudden has a lot of zealots.
As you can see, the shield upgrade. That was what I was talking before. Doesn't have it, and now he gets it.
There we go. Yeah, So the upgrades for Protoss now affects the units being taken over by Zerg as well, which is kind of cool. And I love the animation there. You have like the Zergy thingy that sticks on top of their head and commands them to do whatever the swarm wants them to.
Yeah, Nap is harassing this base on the bottom, and I think he will get. Well, he will at least get the drones to transfer. That's a little bit careless. The Red Bandit is moving his Vipers in position, and he will actually get he will get actually all of the scouts that now the Red Bandit is trying to pick the scouts off one by one, and will get the Scourge hit there.
Very good ensnare there, but oh, he needs to move the Hydro Snare. Okay, there we go, but very good ensnare there by the Red Bandit. And Nap, he finally had some units that could do some harassment, and he's getting the face missiles off. Pow! That's such huge hits on those Vipers, but on the other hand, Nap took a lot of damage on the scouts here, so big blows being given back and forth there, and you know, it's kind of an interesting metagame. You know, we see Vipers being used very actively, and the scouts being used very actively to counter the Vipers. And I don't know how often do you see like a lot of scouts in, you know, ZVP earlier, and just kind of unheard of.
Yeah, I've seen them in other matchups like TVP. I've seen them quite a lot actually, and I'm not gonna talk about balance right now, but they seem really useful. Let's put it that way.
Incredibly useful compared to their Brood War counterparts,
yes.
And not that much have changed really. It's just that spell that we've given them, and I think a couple of stats are just a little tad better, but they're not very different from actually the Brood War scouts. But you know, having them in the StarCraft 2 engine makes them a lot easier to control as well. But you see they do a lot of damage to ground, but that's actually the exact same damage they did to ground with the same weapon speed they have in Brood War as well. So it's not very OP there in that regard.
Do they have white then? Because they somehow feel a little bit more beefy when I play against them compared to Brood War.
Yeah, it is. They kind of do. I think, I don't know, it's kind of hard. I think if maybe Brood War players started to make more scouts, they would actually discover that they're not that useless, but I might be completely wrong here.
I was Protoss player. I actually did it once in a while, just to throw a lot of Terran players off, because they were getting siege tanked and vultures and no Goliaths at all, because back then in Brood War the scouts was a really terrible unit.
They were. But how did you feel when you made the scout? Like, how did it feel? Did it feel useful?
Yes, because Terran was greedy and didn't have any anti-air.
True, true. And actually, you don't need that many scouts to overpower Goliaths either. I know Goliaths are, of course, a natural counter to scouts, being good versus armored. But if you have like 2 scouts, you can definitely kill a Goliath quite easily too. Of course, Goliaths are cheaper though. So Nap trying to do some harassment there with the Zealots, but not getting past the Lurkers and Hydralisk. And I like how the Lurkers shoot a little bit faster now, so they actually hit the running Zealots and not miss them all the time. Huge group of Vipers coming into the natural of Nap. It's going to take over a couple of Zealots, which should start killing each other. And a lot of Hydras coming as well. And they're actually going to kill those Zealots. And he doesn't want to kill them. No, don't kill it. Just wait a little bit, and it will be mine.
In the meantime, Nap is trying to attack the bottom left base of the Zerg player, and I think that he will get it too, because Red Bandit isn't really reacting to it.
So it's going to be a little bit of trading back and forth here. Ooh, Nap has been taking up 2 carriers in the meantime. I'm going to miss that a little bit, but one of the carriers goes down instantly, and ooh, this Reaver is actually going to become the Red Bandit's Reaver very, very soon, and it's in the mineral line, and it could mean a lot of damage to these probes. Trying to kill it off, but it's too late. Ooh, gets a lot of probes killed there.
In the meantime, the scouts are actually annihilating the Hydralisks in the natural, but reinforcements are coming, and with the Vipers, he really should back off.
Yeah, I should have backed off just a tad earlier before the Vipers came in to cast those ensnares. Now they're gonna get caught out. It's very hard to fight when they are ensnared, and the Vipers can kind of chain ensnare these units, kind of like chain fungals. Not sure how I feel about that design-wise, but it's interesting to watch at least.
It's harder to hit than instant cast. It's hard to hit with Vipers. I think it's fun.
It is. It has now the fungals on the Infestors in StarCraft 2 also have a projectile, of course. Ooh, killing his own Spinecrawler there. But this projectile is even slower, even harder to hit. But see, the problem is once you've hit him one time, it's a lot easier to chain it up since they're slower moving, and it's a potential design flaw. But I don't know. We'll have to think about that. A big army now moving out from the Red Bandit with a lot of Vipers, and I mean a lot of Vipers. He has 14 Vipers. That's so many.
That's actually a bit too many for my taste. I mean, he knows that the Red Bandit builds a lot of scouts in reaction to his Vipers. So it's actually a little bit of an overcommitment, I feel, in Vipers, because if he only gets a few phase missiles off, it's actually doing a lot of damage to the Vipers because it's an AoE spell.
One of these days we're gonna call him Nap, but for now we're just calling him the Red Bandit all the time, apparently, and we're sorry about that. I think both me and you have been doing it.
What?
No, you just said the Red Bandit made a lot of scouts, and of course we mean Nap, but...
Nap, yes.
But we keep calling him the Red Bandit for some reason. I don't really know why.
I don't know.
But we see actually Nap holding off this pressure, but there's Ultralisking coming now, there's Plaguing coming in, and the Red Bandit is just getting every single unit he can from the Zerg arsenal to deal with the army of Nap, and taking over a lot of Zealots that are now attacking each other, which is kind of odd to watch. Ooh, wow, he hit that ensnare? That was crazy.
I don't agree with all those ones. The more I think about it, because Nap still only gets... He doesn't get this big of a ground army where you can pick off significant units. So far he only picked off 1 or 2 Zealots. A couple of Zealots, but nothing too significant ground units.
Yeah, there's been no High Templars still from Nap, and there was some Reavers, but he stopped making those, so right now he doesn't really need that many Vipers. Of course the Ensnare versus the Scouts is really good, but you don't need that many Vipers for Ensnare.
Oh, I'm just thinking of parasitic domination on the Dark Templar.
Ooh.
That would be so great, because...
Dark Templars harass versus Protoss from Zerg, it's kind of incredible.
Paying back.
Again, Nap is gonna hold pulled with good micro and good positioning, and that Dark Templar doing a good job too. So this base has been contended a lot, but he hasn't gone down yet. And in the meantime, the carriers are trying to finish this hatchery, and I think they will be able to do so. But there's a lot of Vipers and Hydralisks incoming, and if he can get a good ensnare off, he can try and catch these carriers with the Hydralisks, who are now focusing on the interceptors, and they should be focusing on the carriers. But I think they're gonna get away to.
Oh,
oh no, he turns around. He
actually was. Yeah.
Could have committed there and gotten more, but he's going to commit now because now the Dark Swarm and the Defilers are here, and the cannons just do nothing versus this.
Yeah, that's actually.
Oh,
I'm actually kind of surprised if he was able to defend the stop base there. But now that CD pilot out, there isn't much carriers can do against Hydralisk on the Dark Swarm. He has to get some form of AoE damage. Even with Disruption Web, it's just not gonna cut it because, yeah.
He's gonna need some High Templars, and the High Templars are gonna be has to be protected from the Vipers. So it's gonna be very difficult for Nap to get a good army composition here. I feel just a good number of carriers though might just work, and a huge plague going off on the air units on Nap there. This
Whoa.
might be the end of Nap. He might just be able to break his natural here with these units.
No good disruption web going off. In the meanwhile, Zerking run by in the bottom right of the map, he was actually able to kill the Nexus. Nap didn't cancel it, so he lost minerals there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Nap, but he still has other base though, which is very nice.
Yeah, he will be able to hold this natural, but not before getting plagued.
Yeah, that was a big play going off on the carriers. So Nap should really just sit back now a little bit and try and get as many carriers out as he can before he tries to attack again, because few numbers of carriers are very easily countered, but once you get a lot of them, it's going to be more and more difficult. And we see all the Vipers coming into the bottom base of Nap, and I don't know if... Oh, they're going to Neural Parasite the probes. That's a very expensive probe harassment when it comes to energy. That's 150 energy to kill one probe, but you know, whatever value you can get out of this is good. So he's actually going to kill a lot of probes this way.
It's free nonetheless, it's only energy, and it's better to use it than to get face missile by a few scouts. What actually would be funny is that if you would use the probe to, not to build structures, that apparently doesn't work, but to mine minerals.
I think he could even build. I don't know.
No, it's locked somehow.
Oh, you're not allowed to build with the workers you take over?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can't see that. I have the game heart. Ooh, but these cells are going to do some damage now because there's only spore crawlers here and no spine crawlers. That's actually quite a bit. In the meantime, the carriers are going to try and kill up this base again. And ooh, the Viper's kind of in a bad movement there, but they do get the ensnare off of the carriers, and they could try to pick him off with the Scourge Hydra group.
So you actually have to hit the carrier for it to attack slower, I believe.
Okay.
No,
you mean the
interceptors,
interceptors? You mean?
Yes.
Yes. I think it maybe takes slower to take the interceptors in and out. I don't know if that affects it, but that was really good from Nap. He both killed that hatchery. He fleshed out the mineral line of the Red Bandit in the bottom left base, and he only lost one carrier to all those scourges. So all in all, Nap is coming out pretty good after that engagement. After those engagements, again. Oh. The Red Bandit trying to plague to see the Dark Templar, but okay, there we go. There he got it. But that's quite difficult, it seems, to get the plague off to scout a Dark Templar. You have to hit it quite precise.
Yeah, so Nap is getting a few good victories against Red Bandits right now, but he's losing a base once again, and you have to still consider that the Red Bandit has a huge bank right now, so he can take a few drone losses here and there. It's nothing too much of a concern. Like, this base on the 12 o'clock isn't that important to him, but it's still a nice victory for Nap.
Very nice disruption webs there from Nap. He's gonna cancel the effect of the
nice
Dark
plague.
Swarms, but yeah, the plague. Wow, that's incredible. So we have some really nice kind of energy units back and forth here. Now the Dark Swarm is still there, but the Disruption Webs are gone, but the Dark Swarms will go away soon too. They have 30 seconds to live, those Dark Swarms. The Disruption Web, on the other hand, lasts for 20 seconds, so you have like 10 extra seconds. Ooh, gonna lose High Templar? Yeah, it's unfortunate.
He actually can't kill the probes because that's just mineral patch because it was still covered from Dark Swarm.
So that's kind of biting him to try and do that. The Dark Swarm does protect anything it covers, not just your own units. Or else it would have been super imba. But ooh, it's gonna catch a lot of carriers with it and snare. In the meantime, though, Nap is taking another base actually, and like you said, the Red Bandit has a lot of minerals stored, and he's taking even more bases, so he can be very cost inefficient and still do well.
Nep is actually cannoning 6 o'clock right now at this moment.
Oh wow, that's incredible. At the 35-minute mark, we see cannoning. And he really should know about this, yes, but he doesn't really. It's so hard to pay attention to these things when there's so many things going on at the map at the same time. So this actually might just kill this base if he doesn't do anything about it. And the scouts are going to come there to help protect the cannons as well.
Sending a few hydras over there, but it's not enough. I mean, even without the scouts, it would be. It could be still possible to hold it, but with disruption web and scouts, it's just impossible to kill it at this moment. It's gonna attack this base out east.
Are disruption webs supposed to stop all units attacking or just enemy units?
All units.
Because that Dark Templar just did damage on the disruption web.
Huh, that's weird. That shouldn't work. I wasn't even paying that attention.
Yeah, no, I was particularly noticing it because I was thinking it should only be, it should be all units, not just enemy units. How does he see that? Oh, he has an observer there.
In StarCraft 1, every spell affected everything.
Yeah, I think it did. I think it's supposed to do that too. We should take some notes here. We're discovering a lot of things that might be wrong here while we're observing this game. Oh, so we have all the carriers going to come out versus these Hydras, but the Hydras have Defiler support, but the carriers have High Templar support, so you know the Dark Swarm kind of making a mark for where to storm because that's where all the units going to be clumped under, so that could be quite dangerous for the Red Bandit. He's moving out of the storm very fast though, so that's very nice.
The Red Bandit in the meantime has got some Devourers, which are actually a quite nice addition against the carriers because it slows their attack so much, and Devourers are really beefy, and really strong, even stronger than their Brute War counterparts.
They're pretty much the dominant air unit we have here. Well, maybe scouts. I don't know which one's stronger, scouts or Devourers, but they're both very strong air units. Of course, pretty much only good versus air though.
I believe some more Devourers and some more scouts. Devourers beat scouts because of their ace spores.
Yeah, so we're gonna see how well they can do now versus these, but they're gonna get stormed. Ooh, they eat a lot of storm, and ooh, that's not that good. I think if he had moved the Devourers away right away, he would have done them a lot better, but these Devourers are gonna go down very fast now, actually, because of those storms and the carrier support.
Yeah, this was a really bad engagement. He gets some nice plagues off. This should have happened a lot sooner. But even after all those terrible storms he took, he still was able to kill 2 carriers, which was really cost inefficient.
Oh, Nap, please use Phase Missile on all those juicy Defilers. Come on. No, he doesn't. Oh, he could have killed so many Defilers there with the Phase Missile.
This scout has 60 kills, he's tired of fighting.
Yeah, he's seen too much war, he just wants to go home to his family now. I can understand, I think.
This scout is at 1 HP, he's seen some shits.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what this guy's seen. Like you said earlier though, like, the Red Bandit can take a lot of cost inefficient trades, so even if he lost all those Devourers, like, it wasn't the end of the world for him, he still has a bank, but he's actually going further and further down in supply. And we see Nap almost maxed out, while the Red Bandit is only on about 160. And again, it's gonna get this base.
It's probably because the Red Bandit lacks so much gas in comparison to his minerals.
True. He doesn't want to churn out a lot of Zerglings. That's not a good composition for this part of the game.
Well, what he could do is add first more hatches and then build more Zerglings, of course. Because does he has the yes he has the crack upgrade. They kill buildings so fast. As you can see right now in the bottom right, he sends in Zerglings and they just annihilate this mineral line. And I think they're gonna annihilate this Nexus within seconds.
I'll take that back. Yeah, making a group of Zerglings can be very effective versus this, even in this part of the game, stage of the game. Actually, Zerglings are almost always effective. We have, ooh, the Dark Templars, but he got them plagued, and he can pick them off. Plague is a good detection in the late game, I guess. But there's a Templar train coming in for Nap. True says the Templars and storm everything. You don't want to be close to that train.
Nep has to be more careful on how he places the storm, because he places them quite dangerously close to all his interceptors when they are attacking only a few Hydralisks.
And also he's placing them quite dangerously close to his own High Templars as well. So this is a very dangerous train that might suicide itself, but you see some interesting really interesting things just going on in the game now. Oh, first of all, huge storms. Wow, those are amazing. Look at all the dead Zerglings. If I had like a monster kill button, I would press it now. But like, the Red Bandit is just killing all of Nap's economy, and Nap is killing all of the Red Bandit's infrastructure. So it's gonna be like a shifting game where Nap is gonna have to try and expand over here, where the Red Bandit used to live, and the Red Bandit is gonna have to rebuild his infrastructure down in the corner and try to make some defenses versus the carriers down here, because Nap has a very immobile army right now.
Oh, plague on all the scouts again. Yeah.
On the scouts? No, on the. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. Okay, there we go. Wow, yeah, that's a big plague. I think catching every plague in this. That's like the true test of a good observer, is catching every single plague in this game. If you can do that, then you're like, you should observe GSL casts. I'm not worthy, let's just put it that way.
The Red Bandit is already working at relocating all his infrastructure to the bottom left, and I think the most important building is the Hydralisk Den and the Defiler Nest.
Yes.
And perhaps Spire. These are the most crucial buildings.
See, it's
Spawning school is cheap. You can build this at every stage of the game.
definitely, and it shouldn't be so hard for a real estate salesman to pitch this. Move to the bottom left side of the base. There's less carriers there to kill you. Okay, that was really bad, but but still, it's it's an easy. It's a pretty easy choice that this is a better place to live right now. Unfortunately, though, for the Red Bandit, there's not a lot of minerals here. He has the nice view and he has the less carriers, but he doesn't have that many resources. But ooh, he's gonna take a couple of High Templars. That's very nice. Nap should really just kill them with his carriers before they start storming his own units.
He doesn't realize it.
He's gonna
really
lose
nice.
2 more High Templars from that, but he's gonna kill Nap's base. Well, I mean the Red Bandit's base, but it's not even mining, so it doesn't matter too much.
He totally has lost 4 High Templars because the one got dominated.
What is that lurker doing there? That's a random lurker.
It would have been so fun if he wouldn't have brought this observer with him, and he just had killed all of the High Templars.
Oh, that would have been horrible. And a lot of fun, I can see that. So, the Red Bandit really just has to make a stand here. He just has to defend versus these carriers. He knows he killed a lot of the economy of Nap. Ooh, nice storms there.
So we have 188 supply against 104, and the Protoss simply isn't able to just walk over. So I like it.
As a Protoss player, you like that. Oh, you don't really play that much Protoss, do you? Oh, that killed so many of his own interceptors! Storm and carriers are kind of a dangerous combination. Ooh, nice face missile there. I like how he pulls back the carriers and then goes into Storm. That's a lot more safer.
Yeah, Nep still, he places the storms really where they should be. Because they always should be under the Dark Swarm, where the units are protected and then suddenly they die if they stay under the Dark Swarm. So it's really nice.
It is. I don't understand why Nap isn't just trying to poke a little bit more. He has a very intimidating army and a very low economy, and I feel he needs to do even more damage than what he's doing right now in order to make sure he wins this game. In the meantime, it seems like the Red Bandit is just gonna lose some Vipers. Ooh, that's very unfortunate in this stage of the game. Somehow Nap has kind of turned this game around. I feel the ball was in the Red Bandit's court for most of this game, but right now I feel Nap is the one who should be able to close this game out.
The problem is, with Dark Swarm support, the only thing that can kill the Hydralisk is the High Templars. And for a short amount of time he didn't simply have enough High Templars to feel confident enough to engage. As you can see, he just picks off one carrier one by one because he isn't storming and he uses
He's
loot
paying
so
attention,
many.
I feel. He should be storming a long time ago. There finally goes the storm, but they're not the best storms. He kind of misses a little bit. Does he have any more storm? He doesn't, and he has to make Archons, and you don't want to make that. Yeah, he recalls the Archons out of there. Good choice, but he lost a lot of carriers here, and this might have gotten the Red Bandit back into the game.
This was actually really worth it. He brought Nap nearly down 70 supply and only lost like 30 supply himself, so this was a really cost efficient engagement for this Red Bandit.
Hashtag nerf Darkswarm, right?
No. I actually watched StarCraft 1 stream recently, and I was really surprised how big Darkswarm was in Group 1.
Darkswarm has a huge radius, a range 9 casting range, and it lasts for a minute in Brood War. Like, if you think Starbow Darkswarm is imba, go watch Brood War, and Brood War is a pretty balanced game, so yeah. You just have to learn to play around it and deal with it in a proper way.
In the meantime, the 12 o'clock is harassed by a few Hydralisks. He's gonna pick off a lot of probes there.
This is really good from the Red Bandit. He's really abusing the immobility of the carriers and just kind of pulling Nap in every which direction and just really taking down his entire economy if he can get this base. Nap doesn't have any income right now. Like, he has one probe mining at one location. He's gonna lose the carrier.
Yes, it's certainly gonna die.
And he's gonna lose his Nexus now. He has nothing to defend against this. So he's okay. He's got 4 Dark Templars on the way, but I don't think they're going to get there in time. This is gonna be really close.
No, they are not going to get there.
No, it's not even gonna be close. Oh, and they're just sitting there
they
watching.
Just watch it die. It's not worth running anymore.
It's like we're tired. There's no point. We're just gonna sit here. Like anticlimactic Dark Templars. How dare you? But I like how he has some DTs here. If he can try and snipe the Overseer, and he's definitely gonna have no time with the Overseer because it's going away at the moment. He's done. He wants to go back to his own family, and if Nap can just push down here and try and kill the Red Bandit's economy, he might get back into this game, but I feel this is the Red Bandit's game now. A new group of Hydras, and he's bringing an Overseer this time.
In my opinion, Nap still has a good army to take engagements. Right now, if he pays attention to his middle there, he could catch a lot of Hydralis off guard. Oh, there's actually a small force going into the main base of Nap with Defiler, and there's actually nothing there.
Well, there's the defending carrier, but that's gonna die very soon.
The Dark Swarm, good.
Oh,
yeah, now it's useless.
So in the meantime, Nap is kind of seeing that a part of the Red Bandit's army is gone, and he's going to take this opportunity to try and just kill him. And I think this is the time he has. Like, he doesn't have any income, pretty much. He doesn't have any way of getting less army for the Red Bandit than he has right now. So this is some good storm, and this is a good engagement for a Nap, I think, and this is what he has to do.
I really like how he combines the storm with
Carriers?
Disruption Web.
Oh yeah.
Disruption Web. I always forget the name of the spell. I'm not used to it.
Units tend to like derp around a little bit inside the Disruption Web too, not knowing what to do, so storming them is very nice. It's very nice to storm them. I felt kind of like Italian there.
Protoss nerf jammer.
Yeah.
Old nerf jammer. Do you remember the old nerf jammer?
Yes, I do. Do I remember that? I remember having a group of lurkers become completely useless in a matter of seconds. Oh wow, he's getting every single base here from the Red Bandit that is mining, so Nap could get back into this. It's gonna be a really close game still, and we're 55 minutes into it. There's very few bases left to mine, and they're just constantly at each other's throats.
I don't like this retreating from Red Bandit right now, and I certainly don't like that he didn't kill the Templar Archive. That would have been such a fun building to kill.
That is definitely true, because Nap, see, in Starbow you keep gaining gas from a depleted gas guy, so you just gain very little. You only get 2 per trip, so you in the late game, gas is usually the resource you have the most of when everything is mined out. So the Templar Archive is very important, as it's very gas heavy units there. But Nap again is going to take down this base, and I mean the Red Bandit is going to take down Nap's base.
No, yeah, confusing.
We are so confusing today. This is what we do as casters. We try to enlighten and confuse our audience. And we're doing a good job of it too, actually.
Yes, I'm actually confused myself right now.
Yes, that's the sign of a perfectly good caster, and some very nice storm there. Wow, killing a lot of interceptors and hydralisks.
This kill was actually really important. This kill of the space, he got almost all of the probes. But the Red Bandit is running dry on minerals himself, so it's actually a really close game. This could go now either way.
It still really could, and like, there's a little bit of minerals left for the Red Bandit. He's trying to get another expansion up. Nap is trying to get 1 base up. They're like trying to get the 1 base up, both of them. And ooh, Nap could just go and kill it. He doesn't know about it like so easily right now. It's just right next to him. It's like begging to be killed. It's like a very old man in a lot of pain.
He will get it. No.
Come on.
He even will get some drones.
That's very nice. He was just waiting for the drones. It was a very smart play.
Yeah. That must be it. Oh, and he killed it. It wasn't cancelled, I believe.
Oh, sorry, my music is really weird now. Let's get back to the Protoss music, sorry. I had the Overmind start talking to me. I was kind of surprised.
Oh, no. Be careful, don't lose any High Templars.
I like the little group of Hydras. The little group that could, and they're gonna go and kill the High Templars, and are you gonna get some good storms? See, it's so hard to get good storms off when the Red Bandit only has a group of Hydras to control and nothing else, because he's gonna have really good micro.
He always... it's such a great mind gun. Do you come close? Do you come not close? And if you preemptively storm him...
He could try and pick off the Defiler. It's kind of left alone from the rest of the Hydras, but the carriers are just so slow, and he's gonna take down this base, and that's actually huge. That's the wrong button. There we go. That's so big, and he's gonna take all the probes. I don't think there's any probes left at all for Nap, and he doesn't have any minerals.
There are some.
Oh, there's a couple there. I don't know if he knows about that though. And he has 1 High Templar stuck in his gateway, which is unpowered, and he can cancel that to squeeze out a probe if he needs to.
Yeah.
But that's it. And the Red Bandit too is also broke. He's distant mining with a couple of drones from that 1 base, and this is just... So we basically have, excuse me, we basically have a group of Hydralisks versus 5 carriers, 2 High Templars, and a couple of kind of useless Corsairs, but they can use their Disruption Web though.
Yeah, they are definitely not useful in my opinion. There are some lonely High Templars.
Ooh, he found some defensive High Templars. He's bringing them up, but they're kind of on a very scary route though. And he's okay, so he's only bringing in few Hydras at a time to make sure he baits up the storms. Ooh, he's gonna try and get another base up, but that's just not gonna happen.
He's going to try to come in at 2 different angles.
1 very good storm goes off.
Oh, the Defiler were near just
3 HP. Oh, he loses the Defiler. That's quite big, but I think he's gonna get the carries. Why is he not using Disruption Web from the Corsairs?
Use Disruption Web.
Oh, and here comes more High Templars.
Wait, more storm. Go
Yeah, these has to be perfect storms because the carriers are gonna go down. He's trying to storm. They're not good enough. They're just not good enough. Wow, I think the Red Bandit has done this. I think he's been able to defeat the carrier fleet of Nap. This is crazy.
Wow.
And he does have... Oh, sorry, say.
No, say.
He does have 700 minerals, so he can actually put up a base. And there's... Nap is distant mining with 2 probes from this location. That's all he's got. Like, he has 2 Dark Templars. Oh, he's bringing them home. He has 1 High Templar and a Corsair versus quite a bit of Hydralisks, and this is not gonna happen. But he can... Oh no, there's no Receiver there. And he's gonna move it in. Oh no, that was kind of like his last chance, I think. Well, he has one High Templar, oh, and he doesn't. Not too happy with this loss, but it was a very good game, and GG is called out on the Red Bandit, taking an epic series on Circuit Breaker. Wow, that was quite a game. So, if you enjoy Starbow, and if you haven't seen this much before, if you go to starbowmod.com, you can get some information on how to play Starbow. It's completely free. Like, seriously completely free, no ads or anything, because it's Blizzard and it's their arcade and it's made it free. And at starbowmod.com you can also ladder Starbow in the Starbow ladder. So thank you for watching, thank you for joining me with this cask levy, and we'll see you later.
See you.